is just done by design. This ain't by accident. And I can't believe you guys think that I want to train in this place.
We were just talking about heaters.
I told him, I said, we gotta get some heat in. I know we're gonna have to get some heat in.
Phoenix and Las Vegas, I seen the heat. When you're on the plane, we went to Phoenix because hell was booked. You know what I mean?
You know, in training camp and in life, when times get hard, I've been blessed to be around people that are older than me and live longer than me, which means that they're wiser than me. And I listen, and they give me experience and valuable assurance that life is tough. So when it gets tough in my journey, believe me, I'm not the only one going through it. So it keeps my head high, my feet on the ground, and I keep striving because we're here once.
I need this, come on. I need this. Come on, just like that. Don't go like this, go like.
And again, pop that long jab. There you go, and again. There you go. Beautiful, pop that long one too. Finish up.
Well, you're breaking it, unpredictable.
Exactly, Mike! Beautiful, roll, Mike! Excellent, excellent.
Complete game, beautiful game. Complete, there's nothing to say.
You're hitting the bag, right? I see you hitting it, but when you walk, I want you to do like this. You're doing this. Boom, 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 boom. You keep for boom, 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 boom. How long you can do that? 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. The combination, boom, like punch. Oh, boom, 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 boom. Jab, when you jab you, boom, boom. Punch through the bag. Then do that when you think. The further you pull your hand back, the harder you punch, but it's not. Punching comes with relaxation, real good pinpoint accuracy punching. You can hit a guy with pop, boom, but hit the guy at the right target.
When you're first learning, and he's got a style all his own. Mike comes in, or if anybody comes in and teaches something new, it's tough to pick up.
Boom, boom, and move. Whatever punch it is, the last one you move on that side. With his jab, like he's been doing in the gym, coming forward, punching to the body with his hard punches and bringing it to the head.
Oh, yeah.
I want him to throw the punches through the guy, not after hit the guy, just boom, not with the full force. So I was showing him how to throw the full force without bringing your hand way back and throwing the punch. So I showed him short distance punching. Been in the ring before, he knows the in and out about fighting, and it's just that we had to transfer that because he's using his legs and elbows and everything, grabbing. So we kind of, I don't know, did a new foundation and made him more elusive. You know, made him more elusive. He throws his punches with just bad intentions. And I used to believe the consistency of the hard punches to the body, to the head, what he's capable of doing.
Mixing his footwork with his punching power, it all works hand in hand. It flows like water, as Bruce Lee says. And let me tell you, Tyson Fury said it doesn't matter if he has Muhammad Ali, Bruce Lee, and Mike Tyson training him. The fact of the matter is, all of those three combined are a novelty of the cuss style, of a boxing style that Mike knows like the back of his hand. And
oh, that's so beautiful. That's better than all the hard punching in the world. Go ahead. Just want to see how much he wants and how far can he go, how far he wants to go before he says no. Let the punches go, let him go. Don't you forget. Just try to go through. Don't have to be hard. Just try to push through the pad. You don't have to be fast. Just push through it. Get some power. Use a little power to go through it.
The Iron Man, the man that I would love to have read comic books about when I was a kid. Iron Mike Tyson, the beast, the man with a 19-inch neck, the man with quads that made people say, don't skip leg day, the man with a chest that made you have to get your suits tailored, the beast that will knock you over left or right.
Okay. Have you ever seen like a pit bull hanging off a tire, like biting onto a piece of like a towel or something? It's like that locked jaw, that strength. And like in boxing, look, if you get hit with a good enough shot you don't see coming, it could turn your lights out. But I think that Mike Tyson, NFL players taught us the benefits of having like a thick, strong neck. So this is like neck exercises, neck conditioning, so you absorb impact. This is another neck exercise that I got from Mike Tyson. A lot of wrestlers do this. Quite dangerous actually. Physios don't like this type of stuff, but it's good for neck conditioning. It's called neck bridges. And it's flexibility and strength at the same time. So it's a really good exercise if you want to strengthen up your neck area.
Ahead of his clash with Tyson Fury, which is scheduled for the final quarter of 2026, Anthony Joshua has joined hands with Iron Mike Tyson. The former heavyweight champion just came off a shaky knockout victory over Christian Prenga in his last warm-up fight, and since jumping straight into the biggest fight in British heavyweight boxing history could prove—
Come on. Come on. It made him more elusive. You know what I mean? More elusive. He throws his punches with just bad intentions. And I used to believe the consistency of the hard punches to the body, to the head, what he's capable of doing.
What advice would you give to somebody like AJ?
That he has a lot of talent and not to get discouraged. He only loses when he quits. When you quit, all the doors of opportunities close. You know what I mean? You just got to be, game, and then don't get discouraged if you lose. Listen, you just lost, you may have got $30 million. You should give Usyk a kiss. Say, can we do this again? Don't let this internalize you. Oh, I can't fight now. This white boy kicked my ass. People are laughing at me. No, he kicked my ass for $50 million or $30 million. I hope he kicks my ass again. But this time it might not work out that way. I'm gonna kick his ass. I just think the more time you lay off, the worse you get. You have to fight to be the best. You have to do it more and more and more.
For Anthony Joshua, Mike Tyson represents the blueprint of modern heavyweight greatness. Beyond the raw power, Joshua's inspiration is deeply rooted in Tyson's psychological intensity and systemic approach to boxing. AJ has frequently noted that he doesn't just study Tyson as an athlete, but meticulously breaks down the minds behind him.
Listen up, man. Coming here first, I was a bit skeptical first. I've had a good camp in Sheffield, right? So it's kind of upsetting a good pattern. So I come in here, you've never boxed in here before, you're gonna spar in here, and you haven't any gym you go into, even if you're sparring your opponent or your sparring partner, the gym's got some character and atmosphere. You can just feel the energy that's been in there before. This gym just felt like empty. It didn't have the life in it, but now I feel like having the first session in here, it's good because you kind of take the cobwebs away, you bring some life to the gym, you get familiar with the canvas and all that. It's important.
It makes it an interesting fight. We're all going to have an opinion on who wins, who loses, and we're not going to find that out until November, hopefully, when we get this fight over the line.
It's a very good segue into when we believe this fight is going to be. Now, the direction of travel that they're talking about next week, when Turki Al-Sheikh, Spencer Brown, Frank and George Warren, Eddie Hearn, Frank Smith, they all sit around the table, Netflix, Seller, maybe Dana White, who's going to have some involvement. He's still saying that Zuffa Boxing are going to have some involvement of it. All arrows are pointing across the pond at the moment, and we're going to take your calls on this as well.
We talked to our fans at JD, and we tried to do a little build a boxer competition.
Build a boxer?
Build a boxer, and you've got to pick everyone's best attributes. So it would be footwork, fight IQ, a right hand, a left hand, and speed. Who would be past, present, whatever it may be? We want to know yours, and I'll tell you what the fans have been saying.
Okay. So I would start off with the IQ of Sugar Ray. Wow, it's tough.
It's a tough one, is it?
Robinson or Leonard? I would say Leonard because he was closer to my era. So I'd say the IQ of Sugar Ray Leonard. I would say the chin of Evander Holyfield, like the heart in the chin of Evander Holyfield.
Okay.
I'll say the jab of Larry Holmes.
Wow.
Yeah, man.
Whose right hand are you putting in there? I'm looking at you.
That's why I got it. I'm not trying to, but yeah.
Is that why you're holding it up?
It's there already, so I might as well chuck my name in the mix. And I'll say the footwork of Muhammad Ali and the head movement of Mike Tyson.
Interesting. Well, the fans, footwork, 28% said Fury.
Okay.
72%. Oh no, so 72% said Fury, 28% said Lomachenko.
That's good. That's good.
And then IQ, Pacquiao, 55%, and Canelo was 45%.
Not Mayweather.
Not Mayweather, which is different because Mayweather is, I think he's probably got the greatest boxing IQ of all time, according to me. But that's just my personal opinion.
He beat them both.
Yeah, that's true. And then physique, AJ, 90%, and then 10% said Crawford. So there's 10%.
What do you think about me going into fitness modelling then, since
If you want to see AJ in some kind of fitness magazine, put a bicep emoji in the comments. We'll see what happens.
Stylistically, while Joshua is a much taller, classic stand-up boxer puncher, he has integrated distinct elements of Tyson's signature style into his arsenal to adapt to shorter, pressure fighters. Following his first career defeat, AJ began implementing subtle facets of the peekaboo defensive system, holding his gloves higher to shield his chin and incorporate
those arrows pointing across the pond. Is it right that it takes place indoors at Madison Square Garden on November the 14th, which is what people are talking about at the moment as the potential date, rather than indoors at the O2 Arena in London, which is just as iconic for these two fighters, and it's the same number of seats?
That's exactly right. I was going to say that. There's the same number of seats. And yeah, it's, iconic, and the history of it, well, Muhammad Ali and all the other great heavyweights that have boxed at Madison Square Garden. I understand that. But this is a fight for the British fight fans who have supported these guys over the last decade, have been there, travelled abroad for both of these guys as well. The fight fans sort of...
Look, I watch... I think Tyson's a big favourite. I've said that all along. Styles make fights, and I think Tyson will stop AJ. He will do what Daniel Dubois did.
Did you think, so on AJ's performance, do you think he looked, a little bit past his best?
Well, he's not the same guy he is he? I mean, how old is he now? It's like, it's like
36.
I'm an old geezer. We're not he's been working out with Usyk and doing what he's got to do, but you can, and he looks, they've got him doing a new, different physical regime. But what you can't do in boxing, you can't put muscles on your chin.
Okay. Over 100 wins, right? Also, don't look.
Furthermore, Joshua has heavily drilled Tyson's explosive inside mechanics. This includes the neck roll bridge for upper body resilience and shifting his weight to unleash devastating, compact body hooks. By channeling Tyson's ferocious inside breaking down techniques, Joshua evolved from a simple outboxer into a far more versatile and dangerous.
That the way I saw Joshua early in the fight, how available he was, if that's fair. And again, he'll be better too. He'll be more alert. He'll know that he has more of a danger in front of him. But I just think that the hand speed, the length, the ability of Fury, the legs, to be on the outside, that maybe he could get to Joshua before Joshua could get to him. Does that make sense? Because Joshua's gonna probably have to be, for me the fight plan would be always with Joshua. You wanna back the guy up with that stiff jab you got. You got a good stiff hard, back him up and set the table. You wanna set the table, go to the body, but you wanna set the table for the right hand for the most part. And you wanna control that distance with that jab, where you clear the way. You back him up. You keep him, defensive. And I think that Fury, his ability to use his legs to counter punch, to put punches together, to run punches, that he'll have a chance where Joshua stands up a little bit in front of you. He's not the quickest feet to close. He'll have a chance to run some punches before he closes the gap. Does that make sense?
Put out some classics. Put out some singles.
Joshua has seen plenty of success over the years. While he hasn't held a world title in the last 5 years, he's still a top pound-for-pound heavyweight. He's now about to fight the Gypsy King Tyson Fury in the biggest fight in British boxing history. While there are no belts on the line, a victory here gives the winner an opportunity to fight for a world title one last time.
That's who gets it right on the night, who gets the tactics right, and you know, sometimes small little things fight week, and you know, these little bits can have a huge impact. So obviously they're two top operators, and that's what everybody's tuning in for, to find out who's going to come out on top.
A lot of people obviously tuned in after everything that had happened with Anthony Joshua, and they were saying that it's going to be an easy job with Perenga. I think Perenga shocked everybody that night. What did you make of AJ's performance overall?
I think that it's very difficult. I've been in a situation before when you got to fight a massive fight like Tyson, an AJ practically signed. You're going into, you got this tick over, everybody's assuming you to go in and do this job. That brings a hell of a lot of pressure. And yeah, I think he went in there maybe a little bit with, I'll take my time and, you know, be safe, get the job done. And yeah, got off to a shaky start obviously, but I think settled, realised, hold on a minute, you know, not here to mess about. Went out there and got the job done in a second, so obviously was pleased to see that.
A lot of people on social media, Simon Jordan was one in particular, saying that he thought that it was fixed. What's your reaction to that?
I haven't got one.
No.
Well,
There's been a lot of talk around this Tyson Fury fight. Is it? Where is it? When? And it nearly got stripped away from us within 3 minutes. And I said, no. Eddie's put a lot of work into this. His Excellency's put a lot of work into this. Ready to Fight team, myself, we've all put so much work into this, and I think we owe it to the public for this fight to happen. So I want to thank everyone for rallying behind me, giving me that energy, that spirit that I needed to get me up, because boxing is not just physical, it's also spiritual. I was thinking of Lats and Cena in there as well. A lot of things run through your head in those 10 seconds. And I managed to pull myself up and get a victory. And that's why I can be here with you now talking about our next steps.
Thank you, guys. I think for you, the roving mic, Matty. Yep. Put your hand up, please, for questions. Wally.
Hello, Josh.
Hello.
I know, like an iconic comeback and a highlight reel knockout looked great, and we're all happy for it. But after the Dubois fight and after what you've been through personally, have you done this too soon?
Definitely not. Everything works out just how it's supposed to work out. You know, sometimes in life we could say to ourselves, why me? Did I come back too soon? But you know what? God is the best planner. Everything is supposed to happen just how it's meant to happen. And today was the perfect day for a fight like that.
Gypsy King 2 is preparing for the clash and is in intense training camp in Thailand. He's also fought 2 warm-up fights in the same time frame as Joshua. Both boxers are pumped up and giving their all to make this fight a success. However, there's a chance that the choice of venue could lead to a collapse of this mega clash of 2 veteran British stars.
And he's never been starched, and he's never been flatlined. He always gets up. Even against Daniel Dubois, he always gets up. Once again, don't quote that gobshite to me. He's an arsehole of the highest order. Anyone who works for that rag, I'd never speak about him. So we're going to have to change the quote about you're going to have to ask me that question. People are seeing something on social media, and they were saying, oh, his chin, or he's short, or he's this, or he's that. The fact that he gets up shows you there's absolutely nothing wrong with his chin. Fitness is what gets fights off the floor. Anyone who knows boxing understands the science of it. Anyone can go down. It takes 2.5 pounds of press to the other heavyweights. Out of all of the dangerous other heavyweights, the top 10 in the world, Anthony Joshua would be picking Tyson Fury to face, because all of the others have got more pop than him. And with just that alone, you would be picking Tyson Fury. He's the boxer. He's the one who doesn't want to have a straight up fight with you. He's the one who wants to box you. And the best usually way to beat a boxer is, well, it is to just get rid of them. And I think that's Anthony Joshua's best chance. If this fight goes to point Anthony Joshua loses, Anthony Joshua has to win by knockout to win this fight, in my opinion. Yeah. He's not going to outbox. Let's be brutally honest. He's not going to outbox Tyson Fury.
No, I don't think so. I think that's right. Yeah, definitely. We know what Tyson Fury's like. He did say in the build-up.
Everybody wants to do the fight in New York, apart from Anthony Joshua and me. We're under a huge amount of pressure, and we're being told by Turki Al-Sheikh and those guys, look, Netflix particularly, you know, they really want to do the fight in the US, and it's almost like not a please Eddie, but like, we're partners, we're paying a lot of money. Come on, you have to kind of understand that we need to put the fight in where we feel is commercially the best place. I don't agree with their arguments, but I'm not paying the money. Do you know what I mean? But we wouldn't have signed the contract if the fight was in America.
Yeah.
So we have to have a discussion around that. Then you've got, you know, Nick Khan phoned me up from TKO and Zuffa, so I was saying, come on, can we be involved? And I'm like, what, why? Why would I let you be involved? Well, we think we can make the fight bigger and blah, blah, blah. Okay, like, if you tell me some reasons why I should let you be involved in it, you know, are you gonna let me be involved in the next Conor McGregor fight in the UFC? No, of course not. So what? But I'm also not like stubborn enough just to go, no, like, I'll listen. But, you know, the other day they kind of wrote to us, said, just to let you know, we'd like to announce the fight for New York. I said, no. I said, you can't. Like, and by the way, there might even be a situation where they go for it and do announce it. And you probably see me coming out quite quickly and say, no fight. Because I promise you, if they announce that fight without an agreement in place to change the venue, there will be no fight.
Yeah.
And we ain't bluffing. So we feel really strongly that this fight should be in the UK. I also have said many times, I want it to work for everybody. Like Turki Al-Sheikh spending a lot of money on this fight. If you really feel that commercially you're going to be so much better off doing it in America, okay, but how does that reflect on Anthony Joshua?
Interestingly, Hearn noted that he doesn't see Tyson Fury kicking up a fuss about fighting in America, leaving Matchroom boxing.
This is all it's gonna be.
I know.
What I mean? Like,
I know.
Give me your thoughts on Joshua and Fury.
We would get the most out of what they have left if they decide to fight right now. However, if we let them get another dub, you know, another warm up, because both of them in my book, bro, it didn't play out right for me. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, we don't get the best versions, but we get the best of who they are now. You know what I'm saying? If they just clean up a few things. Because Anthony Joshua, though trying to implement whatever Uzi gave him, you know what I'm saying, the confidence he gained or the mentality he went in there because of the accident, losing his friends, gave him, spiritually, man, he was packed in. He was locked, still gonna respond the way it has to respond to certain situations, man. And that's just due to, you know, whatever trauma you had to deal with, right? Or the normalcy of just living long enough if you didn't get into an accident. That was AJ's case, man. He was too flat-footed. He was trying to implement, I guarantee you, what Uzi gave him in camp, but you can't be Uzi. Because I know Uzi giving him the ins and the outs. He built for power. He's structured for strength. You know, so you're not going to get that kind of fighter. He was trying to bring it out after being gone, after everything that happened to him. And it didn't work out, man. So give him another fight to try to implement it a little bit more, lose a little bit more weight, and then bring it to the table, and it might work.
Clearer. Like, we signed for this fight in the UK. We are desperate to deliver this fight for UK fans. However, everybody else wants to fight in America. Turki Al-Sheikh, Netflix, I can't speak on behalf of Tyson Fury. I don't see him kicking up a fuss, right? Madison Square Garden. So they're telling us this is the place that's going to do the biggest numbers. This is the place it will be the biggest fight. I disagree. But at the end of the day, we'll fight and we'll fight and we'll fight to a point where we either they breach the contract by doing a merit, or we come to an agreement. Now, these people are our partners.
Other major British figures are equally furious. Rival promoter Ben Shalom called the move a disgrace, pointing out that local fans supported both fighters from their very first arena appearances and forcing them to shell out thousands for overseas
time as well. I mean, he was vulnerable in a couple of situations where he gave the right side of his face
If Anthony Joshua was line that fight up, that shot up, it's over. He let that shot, it's over. So he needs to get back in the lab and just work on some things too. But if they fight now, I would expect to see the best of what they got left, and I'll be satisfied with that. I compared Anthony Joshua and Edgar Berlanga. Yeah. Two guys that they're getting touched with the same punches and they're going down. What do you think that is? Like, what's causing them to hit the canvas as much as they've been hitting the canvas? Right. Not wanting to. If that's on you.
Now, we still don't know who's going to promote it, but now we're here in New York. What do you make of what's going on with Fury?
I mean, the biggest British fight of all time taking place in the US. I know it's going to upset people, but I'm a British boxing fan first. It's an absolute disgrace. It's a sign of things to potentially come, and the regulators better get on this, especially the British board, as to what's going on. This sport has been promoted in this country extremely well because of the extreme competition between the promoters, because of the mandatories, because of the system. No one can own boxing, especially not in this country, and that's what makes it exciting. That's why I became a promoter. There won't be another promoter. Like, what about the people that are coming through that want to promote their own fighters, that want to get to the southern areas, the British styles of this and that, and then we're going to transport our best products out of the country. It's very similar to what we've just seen with the World Cup. It's very similar to what they wanted to do with the Super League. Protect the pyramid, protect the sport in this country and put that first. Protect our system, because it works and people dream of it and it's meritocratic. We're a sport, not a freak show. Protect the fighters, and the regulators better get a hold of it, because they're signing their own death wish, and I've said that before. But that one is absolutely wild. I feel sorry for the fans.
These negotiations will continue, but as long as the fighters are invested in making this fight happen, fans needn't worry.
And he was in bed for 8 days straight. We brought a doctor into camp. He moved camp over to Dubai. So he brought a doctor in, drew some blood to make sure there wasn't something more serious going on. And they said he was just run down, and they thought it was a flu or a cold or something, and he would get over it. And it took 14 days. So we had the last 7 days before we went to Jeddah for training. We had a sparring partner there in Dubai who we didn't use at all because he just had we couldn't get him out of bed to go for a walk. In the first round, he came out and just gassed himself out. The instructions in the...
Shared the ring with him. He's a legend. He's a great fighter. Congratulations to him. And I wish him good luck if he fights Fury.
You nearly messed up the biggest fight in boxing history. You know this? You nearly messed up the biggest fight in boxing history. You was this close.
The biggest fight.
Yeah, I love to fight him. I compass my own fight maybe with Fury.
Oh yes.
He was planning on breaking that fight and see if he can have that fight with Fury himself.
Wow. So you wanted to break the party and fight Fury. Let me ask you this last question. Who wins Anthony Joshua Tyson Fury? From you've experienced him and obviously seen Tyson's fight the day before.
I think AJ is gonna win.
How?
Knockout. Yeah.
Legendary trainer Teddy Atlas recently shared his predictions for the fight. Atlas leans toward Fury, warning that his reach, hand speed, and relentless psychological warfare make him nearly impossible to prepare for. While acknowledging that Joshua could land a right hand like Marius Wack did, Atlas noted Fury would be much more defensive and alert. He highlighted
what happened to him like in an instant. He said it all came right back to him. And the lack of training, the lack of cardio that he wasn't able to do in the 3 weeks leading up to him, they caught him right at that moment. So in his head, he kind of changed the game plan from what he was instructed to do. He said to himself, I've got AJ's number. I've knocked him down 3 times. I don't care what anybody says. It was 3 knockdowns. Those ropes held him up absolutely in between the 2 counted knockdowns. You see his body flop back. If those ropes aren't there, he's on the flat of his back. And Christian Pranga has knocked a 2-time Olympian, 3-time heavyweight world champion on his ass 3 times in the first round. And Anthony Joshua is going into the second round 10-6 down. That's never happened.
Dismiss the possibility that Joshua could hit Fury a right hand the way Wack did. But I do think Fury will be more aware of the possibility of that, make it a little bit harder than he needed with Wak or Vak or Vak. Whatever. I do. But I also believe that the way I saw Joshua early in the fight, how available he was, if that's fair. And again, he'll be better too. He'll be more alert. He'll know that he has more of a danger in front of him. But I just think that the hand speed, the length, the ability of Fury, the legs, to be on the outside, that maybe he could get to Joshua before Joshua could get to him. Does that make sense? Because Joshua's going to probably have to be, for me, the fight plan would be always with Joshua. You want to back the guy up with that stiff jab you got. You got a good stiff, hard jab. You want to back him up and set the table. You want to set the table, go to the body, but you want to set the table for the right hand for the most part. And you want to control that distance with that jab, where you clear the way, you back him up, you keep him, defensive. And I think that Fury, his ability to use his legs to counter punch, to put punches together, to run punches, that he'll have a chance where Joshua stands up a little bit in front of you. He's not the quickest feet to close. He'll have a chance to run some punches before he closes the gap. Does that make sense?
No, it don't. Boxing trainer Robert Garcia, meanwhile, favors Joshua purely because he's worked with the British boxer before. He stated that while he personally favors and roots for Joshua due to their close personal relationship, pushing Joshua into such high-stakes bouts is dangerous. He noted that a dangerous opponent like Fury following tough fights.
Now, I gotta give kudos to him because he came back off those 2 knockdowns and got you out of the second round. That was a beautiful thing. But I immediately started thinking, man, if this was Andre, I don't know if he'd get out this first round. I don't know if he'd get out this first round now because this would be something special. So I definitely had to think about you on that. And as soon as it happened, I said, oh my gosh. I said, wow. I said, boy, if this was Andre, this would be a problem right now. You feel me? So,
I can't say I didn't think that, man.
I just had to share that with you because it did come over me.
Yeah, I appreciate that. Shout out to Joshua, man.
Man.
He may go down, but he gonna always get up if he can. Yep. He got a lot of heart, man, and I got a lot of respect for him, man. And I want the Fury fight to happen. I think it got to happen right now, just given where they are in their career.
Maybe not a young,
definitely not young. Maybe not as fresh either, but yeah.
Maybe 2 dangerous guys. So I still want to see it. It's a competitive fight. I think it's going to be a good fight, but sometimes, cheering for this guy to get up and put up the win, sometimes it could be dangerous with what's coming after that. So
that's the thing. We're cheering for him to get up so he can go to another fight. So we want him to get past this fight so he can win, so he can go get to a bigger, more dangerous fight potentially.
Exactly. That's exactly what I'm trying to say. So look, at the end, he's also a great person, man. I don't wish him bad. And I would love to see him win. I know him. I lived with him for 4 months, and as a person, he's a great person. So I'll be cheering for him. I've never met Tyson Fury. At least I don't remember ever meeting him. He's also funny from what I see. But I'm gonna be cheering for AJ. But sometimes it could be dangerous.
Former British pro boxer Johnny Nelson had a stern warning for AJ. He stated that Anthony Joshua appeared vulnerable and passed his best after getting dropped early against Prenga, showing diminished punch resistance. However, Nelson emphasized that AJ's vulnerability makes a potential clash with Tyson Fury exceptionally exciting, comparing his...
When Anthony Joshua fights Tyson Fury, I know you think Joshua will win, but how? What does the fight look like?
Knock him out. 6 rounds. AJ. Ooh.
But then I thought, oh my goodness, the fight with him and Tyson Fury, if it does happen, it's going to be so exciting. Because Tyson Fury boxed, 24 hours before. Didn't look great, but got the job done. He was a bit of a walk out and about, get in there, get his jab going, get his footwork going. You've seen 2 fighters that are past their best, of course. You see one fighter that's last night in Anthony Joshua showed unbelievable heart, unbelievable determination. He was hit, he was hurt, he looked vulnerable. Nigel Bennis looked so vulnerable as well, but he was also a dangerous fight every time he got in the ring. And so the vulnerability of Anthony Joshua, he's not the fighter he was, but that vulnerability and this fight with Tyson Fury will make this fight so exciting. But the risk is this: it has to be their next fight. Because if it isn't, look at what happened with Anthony Joshua last night. Listen, Penga's, he's got a knockout record, and so he can hit and he can hurt. But he shouldn't have been in Anthony Joshua's league, point blank. AJ, when it comes to the fashion of the fight, how he went about it, I thought it was on his front foot. He just was. I know in the gym, this guy's fluent. He's got great movement and great hand-foot-eye coordination. But then he just. There's a word called mercurial. I just learned it actually. And that describes Anthony Joshua. He's got so much talent, but it's a case of which version of him turns up when it comes to performance night. And performance night last night, the AJ that we know, the talented fighter we know, he wasn't there. The gut, the lion, the heart, he was there. Because he brought him, after 20 seconds, he got put down, had to get back up again. He was in trouble. He was still making rookie mistakes. I'm thinking, you shouldn't make those mistakes at this stage in your career. You're a former world champion. I know you're pulling your tongue out saying, I'm all right, I'm hurt. Who are you proving something to? This is about you and your corner. Forget the fans and get the job done.
Beyond the tactics lies a dark reality that both camps are desperately trying to ignore. In their mid-30s, both heavyweights carry significant wear and tear from brutal, career-altering wars. Tony Bellew raised serious questions about Joshua's mental resilience and punch resistance under pressure, predicting that whoever falls short in this showdown will...
Tonight just proved that was too soon, and the big fight to happen before Christmas, I would love to see that after Christmas, and I think he needs a bit more time to recover. Mentally, you've just said yourself, it's 80% mental, 20% physical. He's not ready mentally, and I think tonight proved that. Now listen, let's dress it up the best way we can to try and defend him. If you want to defend him, he got hit cold with an uppercut that he didn't see off a heavy puncher who's had 20 knockouts in all his fights that he's won. Right. Then after that, any glancing shot, he's going to ask questions of your legs because you're naturally hurt. So that's the best case scenario for him. The worst case scenario is he got caught with a shot that wasn't really a fully heavy shot against an opponent that's limited in Prenga, who had a great first round and then a non-existent second round. I was very, very worried. My heart was in my mouth, as you've just said, and I thought that's the big fight gone. But after looking at that, I think he was in there a bit too soon.
I think, John, we've got to go along with everything that Paul's just said there. Us as boxing fans, we've been thirsty for a fight for a long period of time with him and Tyson Fury, but it's evident, like what Paul and Spence have just been saying, that he's not right. And therefore we, as a boxing community, need to put our arms around him a little bit and say, it's all right, mate. Take a little bit of a breath, take a little bit of a step back. We've waited 10 years. If it needs another 3-4 months to wait, and then we get it on British soil or whatever, then that's all right. But Anthony Joshua's well-being's got to be at the forefront of everybody's thought process right now.
Yeah, I mean, I as a commentator watching him, I hated seeing him like that. Really hated it. You know, it was everything you feared might happen.
And finally, while Mike Tyson has trained Joshua, the boxing legend couldn't help pick the Gypsy King as his favorite. In a recent interview, he revealed his favorite for the fight. Fury being named after Iron Mike makes the box.
Tyson Fury, Anthony Joshua, looks like these guys are finally getting ready to rumble. How do you see this fight going?
Oh man, it looks, I don't know, it's hard to be, if Tyson come in right and avoid those punches, it's gonna be interesting because Joshua's a fast puncher. We'll see.
So 50-50 coin flip.
I love Tyson Fury though. I love Tyson Fury.
Well, he's named after you. How could you not love him?
I can't never go against him because of that alone. That's why I never go against him. I don't care who it is.
The boxing world heavily favors Tyson Fury in this matchup. It's a massive surprise that Joshua isn't a contender. We'd love to hear from you though. Who's winning this epic British showdown? Let me know in the comments. That's all from today's video. If you enjoyed it, remember to leave a like, subscribe, and ring that bell icon so you never miss our upcoming